Somebody else that really is excited about Bitcoin is Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy. This morning, Michael Saylor announced that MicroStrategy has purchased an additional 1,434 Bitcoins for $82.4 million in cash at an average price of $57,477 per Bitcoin. As of December 9th of this year, they hold 122,478 Bitcoin, which they acquired for $3.66 billion at an average price of $29,861 per Bitcoin. Michael Saylor has very deep conviction. He just spent another $82 million to go after it. Now, the key piece to this is, one, conviction is a superpower. People obviously like Bitcoin. People hold Bitcoin. But there are very few people in the world who continuously to relentlessly acquire as much Bitcoin as possible. Michael Saylor is pioneering a public market strategy where he continues to run his software business, but also has a treasury strategy to add more and more Bitcoin to it. On top of that, one of the things that I find most interesting is that even though he has continued to purchase Bitcoin in the $30,000s, $40,000s, $50,000s, $60,000 price points, his average purchase price is still sub $30,000. So he's up about 2x. He's spent over the last less than 18 months, $3.66 billion to acquire those 122,000 Bitcoin. The more that people like Michael Saylor continue to display their conviction, right? They're not using words only. They are actually looking at their actions. You can see the conviction. I think that it will inspire more and more people to do this. We know that there are other publicly traded companies like Tesla and Square that have already done it, but we believe that there will be many, many other non-crypto, non-Bitcoin type publicly traded companies that will start to do this over time. And Michael Saylor is that pioneer. So it's pretty incredible to see. When you saw him tweet it out, what was the reaction on another $82 million worth of Bitcoin, John?
Wouldn't expect anything less from him at this point, right? He has gone completely into Bitcoin. He clearly sees it as a store of value. He has different thoughts, I think, around the global reserve currency aspect of it and the medium of exchange, but he clearly sees Bitcoin as the apex predator asset with a fixed supply. I love his conviction. It's not surprising that he bought another $82 million. $7 million a day during this dip, per se, is pretty wild.
Joe, what do you think?
Not surprising whatsoever. When he was in here a few weeks ago, one of the things I specifically made sure to ask was, like, how do you feel about the price volatility? Like, is this something where you're checking? Because people got to remember, right? He's losing hundreds of millions of dollars on a mark-to-market basis when Bitcoin declines 10%, 5%, 15%, 20%, whatever it is, right? But he's losing, or on a mark-to-market basis, he is down a lot of money. So I specifically asked, hey, like, how do you think about that? And his answer was just so genuine and just like, I don't think about it at all. Right? He's like, yeah, obviously, like, there's some kind of emotional aspect to it, but like, I don't feel that at all. Like, I just know for sure he is so convicted that this is going to be the asset of the future and the greatest asset of all time, really, I think, is what he's essentially saying. And this is something he's just trying to acquire as much as he can at the lowest price possible. So when Bitcoin dips and there's a 20% plunge in 24 hours, like, everyone should have expected that he was doing this.
Yeah, I am surprised every time, even though we shouldn't be, right? Because it's like he just made the big purchase and like, dude, he found another $82 million, right? Yeah. And I always imagine him just like waking up one day and getting like an email from the CFO, like, oh, we just found $82 million. Buy Bitcoin, right? And then they just go and they buy more. So it makes sense.